I was dating somebody, and intimacy was really really rough. Kissing, holding hands, sexual relations. It just wasn't her, or she wasn't comfortable. She didn't like it. I wasn't sure what it was, but it was a huge issue for me. And intimacy.
100% intimacy is the utmost importance, especially to women. 100%, because they are all about their emotions. They're all about their feelings.
They sure are.
With that being said, Joe, since your relationship is the foundation is on sand, how are you making it work?
So what I can tell you, Jay, is that I am slated to get married in 2 years, and
Right.
you're still single.
With several billion members, the human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While men are simple creatures requiring only the most rudimentary of emotional needs to be satisfied, there is a subgroup classified as the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex. Allegedly. However, they are dismissed, scoffed, and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone.
You don't think this is a little bit too dramatic? Just let it happen.
Joe and Jason are the last of the nice guys.
Hey, everybody. Welcome.
What is with the deep sigh?
If I tell the fans, they would probably not believe me. Welcome, everybody, to a special episode. Fuck it, I'm gonna go right into it. This is the part 2 of the 1 year anniversary edition, part 2. And I want to apologize really quickly. My video is not currently working properly. So you're gonna have to see
Because Joe's a piss poor host.
You're gonna have to see my big big beautiful face on Manny's screen, and it's gonna be glorious. So just enjoy that for all the viewers who actually see this. And he gave me a kiss in the cheek. Anyway, I am one, I guess, fourth
Third.
or whatever
Third.
of your host, third, Joe, and with me is
Jason.
And Manny.
Very
Yeah.
late response.
That's it.
There we go. There we go.
So
we go.
This is
There
the
we
last
go.
of the Nice Guys
Jay,
podcast 1 year anniversary special. A look back featuring
I was
Manny's
gonna do a joke.
What was your? Well, I mean, you are a joke. So I mean, what else?
I was gonna say, Jay, what are we talking about today?
Oh, you son bitch. That's not cool. That's you know what? It's all good though. It's all good though. I got you later though. So we're gonna kick it off. We left off with episode 15.
Sure did.
Episode 16. What is a toxic relationship? I know, Manny, you said that you didn't have your comment for episode 14. Yeah.
15.
15. Well, 15, yeah, but can we say what we really want? That's fine. We can move on. Episode 14, though, we can't pass that without you actually give your 2 cents about it. Now, that was, of course, episode 14, the importance of intimacy in a relationship and the respect in a relationship. Respect goes, is hands down. But intimacy, though, like I was telling you in that episode, was because I don't know if I was dating her at the time or we had just ended, because, but I was dating somebody, and intimacy was really, really rough. Kissing, holding hands, sexual relations. It just wasn't her, or she wasn't comfortable. She didn't like it. I wasn't sure what it was, but it was a huge issue for me. And intimacy is, whether it be holding hands to especially sexual relations, it's very important for me. Very important, period. I don't like arbitrary rules. I don't like, I don't know what we call roadblocks. If it feels right, it is right. We go for it. So it just didn't work out very well between me and her. So I want to know from you, Manny, what your opinion is on the importance of intimacy.
So, hands down, 100% intimacy is the utmost importance, especially to women, 100%, because they are all about their emotions, they're all about their feelings,
They sure are.
and uh, most of us men are
Calm that
not.
down, Joe.
Hey,
Well,
listen, I can go on about that, but I won't.
Okay.
ooh, I love going on. Anyway, so
That's what she said.
all the time. So, my thing is that as an affectionate person, as someone who's very, very into public displays of affection,
Yes.
if you are an individual that is like this, just go ahead and continue doing it. If your partner, and I say partner because of the world that we're in today, if your partner is not somebody that acknowledges it to your respectful nature of it, hey, just continue doing it. Do what you have to do. Don't stop, because when you do stop, or if you do stop, it will be brought up later on as, oh,
Yeah.
you're not an
You
affectionate person.
don't care
You know,
anymore and blah
yeah,
blah.
Oh
you
blah.
don't
yeah.
care.
You don't care about my feelings.
Yeah, all of
You
a
don't do
sudden,
anything.
where are you going with this affection that you all of a sudden stop showing?
Yeah.
Who are you showing it to if you're not showing it to me?
Yep.
It does create a lot of doubt. So 100% hands down, affection, intimacy, and not just sexual. It's public space affection, kissing, pop kissing, hugs, holding hands, anything of the sort. In my experience, I have had these issues, and of course, being the one that's going through a divorce of the three of us,
Allegedly.
allegedly, call my lawyer,
What?
call my lawyer, call my lawyer. Don't ask.
We just had a whole episode about that.
I'm sorry, guys.
Joe,
So
I still don't even believe you're engaged. So how long do you think it's gonna take me to believe that Manny's getting divorced? Kiss
How
me
long?
real.
How long? How long are you gonna keep opening up that goddamn yap of yours?
listen.
You know I'm the host of this Zoom, right? I can just kick you right out. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Remove. I
It's
can't
not.
remove.
It's not
Allegedly.
working. Hold on.
Allegedly.
Yeah, shoved it all up his face. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll shove something.
So
else
no,
up
and I
your
agree.
face.
But I agree. But the problem is though is that you said keep working on them, and that's the thing though. I did both. I kept working on her, and then I also kind of gave up. I kept on working on her, and it was causing uncomfortable and strife and hurt feelings and upsetness and frustration on my part. And then when I just stopped, that's what led to the breakup, literally, because I checked out. It's okay. Well, you call me when you want. We'll hang out when you want. If we do something, we do something. We don't, I won't pursue anything. And that led to her, breaking up with me, saying, whatever. And of course, it led to her asking to be friends. And I said no. But so I did both, and believe it or not, neither of them worked out. So I get what you're saying. It's true to get them to feel comfortable with it, but at the same time, you run the risk of either driving them away if you push it too hard, or losing them completely if you don't do it. So it's like
So it's a lose-lose situation. In other
for
words,
me,
is what
for
you're
my
saying.
example, yes, it was a damned if I do, damned if I don't. I was never gonna win. The minute I realized that we had an intimacy impasse, I knew I should have known that relationship was going to fail. So
this actually goes into one of my last comments in the last episode.
right.
In the beginning, if there is no, let's call it a set guideline
Right.
of what is allowed, what's not allowed when it comes to POD, public
Right.
space, or PDO, sorry, public space affection and intimacy.
Yeah, I love POD.
We are.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You have to.
Allegedly.
You have to. Allegedly, there's a lot of alleges going on. Anyway, so you have to. You have to, draw that line, figure out where that line is, and of course, it's a new relationship, it's a new foundation. You have to create it, you have to build it. If you are in it for the long run, always create that foundation. Always set guidelines, set the rules. If you do not set them and they are uncertain, your foundation will collapse. If you build a house without the proper foundations and you continue to build on that house, it will eventually fall apart. That is, that's reality. So when you're in a relationship, and this is just my advice to everybody, male, female, gay, lesbian, dog, cat, squirrel, just
It's cool.
be mindful of where their mindset is,
Right.
because not everybody has been taught and raised the way that you were, so they're not going to understand the same thing that you are. You have to figure out where the median is. You have to figure out where they are, and where it can go. If this is a constant battle, then you have to rethink and reformulate your actions. You just have to figure out where to go from there.
You're right. You dust your hands off and you move on to the next one. Absolutely. I love what you're
Yeah, and then have that one fail because they don't take affection
But here's the
as
thing, though.
nicely and calmly as.
Now, Manny
you
mentioned
would hope
having a
for.
good foundation, right? If you don't have a good foundation, you keep building upon it. It's not, the structure of the relationship is not gonna be solid. So, with that being said, Joe, since your relationship is the foundation is on sand, how are you making it work?
So what I can tell you, Jay, is that I am slated to get married in 2 years, and
Right.
you're still single.
Oh God! That was, you know what? And that's a wrap. Thank you for the podcast. Wow, Joe. That was deep and hurtful. I like it.
So
Wow.
this is the reason why we have. If you revert back to episode 1 of the Lesson in Nice Guys, this is the reason why you should know.
I didn't know. If I expected anything close to that comment, I would have never said shit. I was being very clear. I would have never said shit if I expected that comment.
Jay, I have been waiting to say that for a very long time.
I can see that was really good.
Wow.
Oh shit, that was funny.
Thank you. I had to say something that would make you like question your own reality. So
No, seriously, I am gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. I am. So, with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next episode as I try to avoid the deep hurt and shame I have right now.
My
Episode
God.
12, The Art of Cock Blocking. Now, if anybody didn't listen to this, it was
No. 13.
what are we doing? No, we did that, didn't we? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, I'm sorry. Episode 13, Do Unto Others, The Hypocrisy of Women. So go for it. This, of course, is about the women basically, saying one thing and no, what was it?
Oh, this is one of my favorite episodes.
Right, this is the one basically where women would say, not to do something, but they would do it themselves, and then if you did it, it would be a tragedy. So that's why it was the hypocrite. I don't know what exactly we were referring to. There's probably. You don't remember what stories we were telling, did you? I don't remember. But
this was the episode you just mentioned it. Where women would go ahead and say one thing.
But I know we made it personal, but I don't remember what it was. But by all means, Manny, give us your comments on this episode, The Hypocrisy of Women.
Okay, so this was one of my top 5 issues within my marriage. Where she would say or do something and then turn around and say that I couldn't do it when I did it.
Right.
So,
I can do that.
Right, but it was the opposite. Like anything I can do, you can't do, and that's it. I will always do it better because you can't do it.
Exactly.
So
competition in relationships is so weird to me.
Right.
I never understood that.
I never understood the sense of the competition. It's just like no one, like we're in this together. Let's just create our story and just keep it moving.
Love is a battlefield. Have you not heard that?
I've heard it.
Jay, listen, fuck that comment, all right, and that quote, because Manny's right. Like, this is not a competition. Just because I'm able to do something as a man or get something or think of something first or whatever the case may be, doesn't mean you have to shit on me for that. Like, come on. This is so stupid. I'm getting a little bit emotional about it because
I can tell. Is there something personal you want to share about this?
I mean, it's kind of it's just psychological things that I've been hearing about lately from a lot of people personally.
Right.
And it just annoys me because I really don't think that's how things
fantastic.
Should be.
You're breaking up. I love it. So Manny, as you were saying.
So
Oh my God, he's still going.
Yeah, Mr. Roboto. So I never felt into these kind of.
hold on. See.
I,
Joe, listen, I'm check it out. You need to do something about this because you are the host of this podcast, and your video doesn't work sometimes. Your connection sounds terrible sometimes. Your audio is kind of. You got to do something. Are you even here to listen to me?
No, I'm listening. I'm here.
Okay, good. I'm just saying you need to. I mean, you need to fix your life. All right, carry on, Manny.
I was saying some good shit too, man.
You were, and all I heard was you.
so Joe, go ahead and spit fire now. Go.
No. Honestly, I was just gonna say how I know from personal experience psychologically how damaging that can be with the whole competition thing of women wanting to basically, quote unquote, not see you win. Have you guys heard that expression before? Like people want to see you win, your family, your friends. Like they want to see you
Sometimes.
succeed. Well, I mean, in your case, no one, Jay. But I'm saying like,
You know, it would be funny if it wasn't true. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say this is not supposed to be an episode attacking Jay. So yes,
it's not.
Joe,
Jay knows I love him to death. I am not attacking him. We do this all the time. This is our MO. Like I said, watch episode one of this podcast. You will obviously see or hear that how close I am to him. So I could say these.
You know what I find it funny is that he's getting these zingers on me today, but it's because his video isn't on. So I think that there's some kind of
allegedly,
but there's a correlation there. Just throwing that out there. So
yeah,
I think he gets a little bit more full of himself because I can't see him, but he can see me. All right, so Manny, this is why we're having another 2-hour fucking episode.
Let me see. I'm seeing you right now.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to continue going, ladies and gentlemen. So
I'm sorry. I was just so wrong. I'm treating him like shit tonight. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Jay.
I think it's the picture. The picture is giving him like some kind of like he's got this like stone cold look, and he thinks he's hardcore.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
The picture is giving me life. It's giving me life.
I'm gonna find another one. Let's see if we can find an embarrassing photo of Jay.
No, it's
Joe.
giving.
No, leave it be. Carry on.
No.
Carry on.
So I never felt into the double standard of this nonsense, and I never followed this type of relationship. I was also told that because she is the woman, she is far more mature, and apparently it's only up to you to make contact. Okay, all right, so this is something that you guys had stated later on. It's only up to you to make contact with the person, or the other person just thinks that you're not interested. I don't even remember what I had to elaborate on some of these things.
Yep.
But as far as anything else is concerned, when it comes to, I guess this has something to do with dating. When it comes to dating and getting phone numbers and anything of the sort, if you don't make that initial contact with that new individual, they correlate that with, oh, they're not interested in me, or they're not into me, or whatever the case is. So I think that's why I made that comment. And again, women, especially women, not so much of the men and gay men especially too, because
sorry, Joe.
they're supposed to be more flamboyantly bearded. Anyways, to me, I don't think that. It's just archaic that they bring up these old ideals. We are far more into the future where everybody should just be like, hey, Jason, I'm a woman, you're a man, I find you attractive, let's go out to dinner.
Yeah,
why is that such an issue? I don't understand it. Take me to a movie, Jay. Let's go watch this movie. Hey, did you like Marvel's Avengers? Let's go watch it.
I love Marvel's Avengers.
I love it. Let's go do it. And then you can go buy me lunch and dinner, and then we can talk about babies' names afterwards. What?
Wait, I wanted to really quickly interject. Did you guys see the short TikTok video of the kid, or not? He looked like a kid, but the guy who took this girl on the first date, and he was recording. I thought this was kind of like childish and disrespectful, but funny at the same time. He was recording, and he was saying how
disrespectful, but I enjoyed it.
he's basically saying how like the video's going, and he's looking at himself, and on the bottom it says little does she know that my wallet is in the car, so she's ordering whatever she wants, and I'm not paying for it, and she's just like ordering, and like it just showcases like clips of her ordering a bunch of food, and he's just smiling at her like yeah, have fun, yeah. I was like, oh my god. So when you said that, Manny, I was just thought about that for a second.
Is there an end to that video? What happened after that?
Nothing. That's it. That was it. You know how TikTok is. There's no. It's not that long.
There's no ending. Yeah.
Oh, that's just open up. That was probably just a gag. Then that's a shame because I would have loved to see how that ended. But here's the thing, though. I mean, look, no, whatever.
It's just a horrible. I think it's funny, but it's still horrible. Come on, it's that's too much. That's too much.
But that's what to do, because we are the ones that have to do the impressing. We have to be the ones to come out of pocket. We have to be the ones to make that initial step. So, which is why I really want to do that battle of the sexes, where basically me stating to the world, women have it easier during dating, especially in the beginning. They just do. I'm sorry. And you just have to show up. You have to say yes, and you have to show up. That's it. That your job is done. It's all on us now. We're on stage. We're in front of the crowd. The spotlight's on us.
Yeah.
Yep.
That I can agree with. I can agree with that. I've always
say this, and I do not apologize for it. That's why we're gonna have a conversation about it, because it's true. Anything else about doing to others, the hypocrisy of women, before we move on to a fun one?
No, that's it. That's all I got right now.
Episode 12, The Art of Cock Blocking. Now, anybody listen to this one? This is a personal story for me. He's a mutual friend of Joe and I, who are trying to get on this podcast to do a response to this. Basically, he had mentioned to me how his sister was still in the area. She's slamming hot.
Oh, yes.
She's single, and he sent me a picture of her, and I said, okay, cool. Let me reconnect with her, because we believe it or not, we actually lived right next to each other. It was the weirdest thing back in the day. And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, why not? No. So, well, I mean, what's wrong with me? I'm a good guy. You know me. Why can't I? No. I said, okay. And then not even just no, he just kind of just like left me on red. So that's my homie, by the way. Our homie left me on red. So I made an episode about the art of cock blocking, and so Manny, go for it.
So basically, the only thing that I put on this was stories that I've had to deal with, and right. I don't even remember why I'm bringing this up right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a really messed up story.
Okay.
And the guys, don't judge me on this.
There's no judging on this podcast.
Are you the blocker or the blockee?
No. This actually has nothing to do with cock blocking, and I don't even know why I wrote about this.
Okay.
And I'm guessing this had something to do with something that you guys said on that episode. But
okay.
I was in Tampa for management training.
That's already a good story.
Shout out to Tampa Bay.
The Bay Area. Anyway, so I was at a Hooters with several of my classmates, as you would call it.
Acquaintances?
And, well, it was management training, so we were all... so we were all just whatever. So we were at Hooters, and I will never... This is the first time I've ever spoken about this in public. Even the individual involved has no idea. So this is going to be one of those new things.
That's great. You're just throwing it out there to the world.
I can't wait to hear this now. Listeners, I can't wait to hear this shit.
So...
Hold on, let me fix my man. You're making a triangle for this. I'm ready.
I was...
Jay, there's nothing there. What are you fixing?
Your mama.
Ooh.
Nice one. Ooh, okay.
So we were sitting at a Hooters, and we observed a female. No, again, this was up in Tampa, so I'm the only one that came from down south. Everybody was from Sarasota and surrounding areas. So I was like, okay, that is the nicest piece of thing that I've seen my entire time that I've been up in Tampa.
Okay. Thing.
Right? So great at.
This is a waitress or was a
Yeah, it's a waitress, the Hooters girl.
okay.
So great shape, great body. I was like, damn, saw it from behind, immediately fell in love. The girl turns around and it turns out to be one of my sisters.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah! Yeah!
no, Jay, stop it. No, that's not a good thing. Why are you screaming for that?
That is awesome.
Why are you
That
That
screaming
is
for
an
that?
awesome punchline.
No.
So that eventually went from a yeah to shit. And I literally wanted to fight everybody else at the table because I was like, stop looking at my sister, please. They're like, how do you know that girl? Do you know her? How she lives in Tampa, you live in Miami. How do you know her? Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. I don't want to talk about it.
You
Just
got
let it go.
you got a
Did
Hooters
she
picture?
recognize you
By
though?
any
Did she
chance?
recognize you?
She recognized me as soon as she turned around and came to my table. And everybody was like, yo, he legit knows this girl. How does she know this girl? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about it, guys. Let's just keep moving. Let's order food and just keep going.
Did you audibly say how much you liked what you were looking at to the table?
Yes.
Oh,
We
fuck my
all
life.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
God,
all
that's
did.
terrible. That's so
That's why I
bad.
was like,
My life.
you know what? I just want to order my burger. Just
That's
That
so
is
bad.
outstanding.
That's so bad. You must have
That
not
is
had seen her in such a long
outstanding.
time.
I never
No,
knew
come
she
on now.
worked at Hooters. That was my thing. I did not know she worked there.
Listen, I grew up with my
So-
sisters, and I couldn't pick out my sister's body shape from a lineup. I mean, you serious? Maybe you've seen her in a long time.
Well, first of all, let me just comment on Jay's sisters. They're incredibly hot.
Yes, they are.
They're incredibly
No, I have some good looking
Incredibly.
sisters. I do. All my homies, I've always wanted a piece of my sisters. Any of my
no,
sisters.
because Jay knows that he always talks about Owen's sister all the time.
No, but here's the thing. There's a difference. I don't care. As long as you're not
Oh.
a piece of shit, I would let you, let you date one of my sisters. I wouldn't hold you back up because if you're my friend, I should be able to let you date my sister. If I wouldn't let you date my sister, then why am I friends with you? You know what I'm saying? Why?
Pretty much.
Because why would you want somebody in your life like that where no, you can't. I don't trust you with family. No.
Yeah.
That's why this story came up. So
That's so funny though.
So my next statement was that I would rather be okay with any of my sisters date anybody that I'm friends with because I'm more comfortable in that aspect. So, my sisters being my sisters, I already know how crazy they are. I already know their personalities. If one of my homies was like, bro, I want to date your sister, I'm like, go right ahead if you want to deal with whatever you're walking into.
Right.
What do you mean by that? By all means, go right ahead.
Right.
I have nothing to say about that. You figure that on your own. I only would say anything to that aspect because I know my sisters. I know where they're going to go. I know where they're going to cut it off, and I know how they are.
Right.
So if any one of my homeboys was attempting to do something like that, I already know what's going to happen. It might be successful. It definitely will not be.
So it's a bunch of man eaters. Gotcha. Right.
So I never had to worry about that or whatever. Especially if my sisters showed interest. If they were like, hey, what's so and so's story? And I'm like,
no, but his wait. I have a quick question. And I guess this goes for the both of you, since you both have sisters. So what if they were interested in one of your best friends or close friends?
Mhm.
You know that friend better than they do.
Right.
And would you genuinely be completely honest with your sister about that person? Your friend
100%.
being like, for example, oh, you would. Okay.
Well, yeah.
100%.
I mean, again, I shouldn't. I don't see myself being associated with somebody that close, and I don't have the utmost highest opinion of them. So I'm saying, if I don't have a high opinion of you, you're not in that circle of mine for you probably even know or see my sister. That's the whole point. So, I would say, this is what he's about. This is his life. This is what's going on. Ask me more, and and I would probably give praise because I would assume that you're a great guy because you're in my circle. That's it. I hold myself to a certain standard, and I hold those that I'm associated with to a certain standard. I distance myself from those that I consider undesirables. So
exactly. Yeah, I mean, being that it is my sister now, I am the first boy out of 5. I am also the middle child. So as the eldest brother and as the middle child, I always, when it came to my sisters, I always, even though two of them are older than me, I always did what I could to protect them. And I always told my sisters, I said, listen, if you get yourself involved with a guy like who gets physical with you, like I don't mind fighting somebody, but if it's your goddamn fault,
Yeah.
you deserve that shit. Like, I'm sorry. Now, if he puts his hands on you and you get injured, obviously I'll do what I got to do.
Right.
But if you get into a situation that you can't handle and you're just calling me constantly, like, oh my God, he threw his beer against the wall. You need to come over here and fix it. What did you say? What did you do? I call him a dickless piece of prick. Okay, that's your fault. You deal with that on your own. Eat some chicken wings and just keep it going. Like, I'm not going over there fighting this dude because you literally insulted him. Like,
Right. You're gonna ask for context first before you get in there and lay the smack down. I get you.
Right. So and I deal with that with a majority of my female friends as well, because I've also had to hop out of my bed at 4:00 in the morning and beat the shit out of a guy because he put his hands on one of my female friends, and I was just like, who the hell are you? Why would you do that? Whatever. That's just the kind of person I am. It's very disrespectful to put your hands on women. Now, there's two different sides of it, though. There's offensive and there's defensive. If you're trying to de-escalate a situation,
right,
and you're like, stop putting your hands on me, female. There's only so many times you can scratch my face up. Okay,
right,
that's
right.
fine. And that's where the laws, and again, this is all a little bit off topic, that's where the laws need to be changed and mitigated or whatever the case is. But that's just an issue with me. I would never cock block any of my friends or any of my homeboys. I would just inform what they're getting into. Like, listen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would be the respectable thing to do.
That's fine.
Right.
I mean,
I'd be like, listen, you know how I am, right? Okay, imagine me with a wig on, no facial hair, and no penis. That's my sister.
Well, then that just makes me not want to even touch your sister.
Exactly.
If that's the case.
Because we're like, oh shit, it's Manny. Oh shit, I can't do this anymore. And I'm like,
Jay,
you thought about me.
Jay, I see your face. I don't want you to think the same way. I haven't seen
He had a
Manny's
weird
sister.
look on
and
his face.
I know. I haven't seen Manny's sister, but I'm pretty sure she's very beautiful. However, I know your
hate her.
sisters.
She is.
hot. So.
I know your
She's a hater.
sisters. I know your sisters, Jay. So I don't want you saying the same thing he does, because that will ruin a lot of things for me. So please.
No, I don't see them as the female versions of me. I mean,
Okay, good. Thank God.
I've never seen them. They all. I mean, we're all.
No.
You could
They're
see
not. My sisters are not.
From our personalities, you could see, this is definitely his sisters. You could tell by the personalities, but not. No, we're not. No, it's not. That wouldn't work out.
No, my sister's
I think,
not a male version
my,
of me.
my middle sister, Natalie, I think she's the closest to me, as personality wise. Like okay.
Natalie's the one that has the daughter, right?
Yes. Well, the daughter, and she has a little son now too.
Oh yeah, daughter and son. Yes.
Right. So yeah, she's the closest personality wise to me, and the closest I would ever say to being like a carbon copy of me. But no, she's like way more like sophisticated than I'll ever be. So yeah. All right. Anything else for cockblocking before we move on to 11?
Yeah, I got one more story.
What? Oh, really?
This is gonna be really quick.
Okay.
So I've had a coworker attempt to cockblock me, because again, this is the art of cockblocking.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was jealous that there were many females that showed interest in me rather than him.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, he has a girlfriend. Why are you even trying? Anyways, so right. He's being super selfish at this point.
Yeah.
So whenever they would go
with all your stuff and not wanting to share this one Instagram. Anyway, carry on. Did I say do unto others hypocrisy? I'm sorry. Carry on.
We're not there yet. Anyways.
No, Joe, I'm dead serious. He showed me like a bunch of his past. I said, this one right here, I like this one. And he's like, okay, cool stuff. I said, well, send me her IG. So, yeah, cool stuff. It is 2 weeks later now? So
we'll talk about that off air.
Yeah.
So,
listen.
Sorry.
I'd be very polite. Slip into the DM and hope for the best. That's all.
My coworker. Shut up.
I'll say anyways. Highly recommend Manny.
So my coworker. Shut up. So My coworker, so the girls would go as my coworker, like, yo, what's Manny's deal? What's up with him? Whatever. And the first thing out of his mouth would be, he's married with children. And they were like, oh. Now, mind you, I am a man, right? I am a man that takes. I am a man that takes pride in speaking truth. Yes. I put my truth on the table. We've discussed this already. All of my business, not all of it. Okay, so the major things, the major things in my life are on the table. So I always put it there. Right. So with him going around saying that's the first thing out of his mouth, like, oh, he's married, children, whatever the case is, they would always like, okay, what makes you think I didn't know that? Like, okay. So they would just play along, and then eventually it would come to me, and I'm like, wow, that is selfish. Like, why would you do that? I'm single, you're not. Why would you try and derail me like that? It makes no sense. If they're showing an interest, by all means, shut the fuck up and keep it going. Yeah. What's the problem? Needless to say that obviously he was never successful. But just the fact that it came up all the time. So, okay, guys, look at your phones. So he did this several times to me, and obviously, you know, it didn't work, and I got my way out of it anyways. Oh
wow, wow, Manny.
Yeah, go fuck you guys. Wow. So, anyways.
Yeah, I like that.
There was also another part that you guys were talking about.
I like that a lot. Good complexion. Bit of a caramel baby.
Zoom into the eyes.
I'm already zooming in. I've zoomed into every part of this photo that you sent.
We're gonna fight now.
That's the creep. There he is. Creep leap.
So there was also a part.
Jay's like Joe Biden's.
I like her smile. Okay.
Jay's like the black Joe Biden.
Yo, watch it now. Okay, I'm gonna fuck you up. Okay. I'm gonna fuck you up. Don't you ever, okay? Ever.
Oh my God.
Okay. I am honest, and I have no problem holding back. I mean, being honest upfront about what I do and do not want. I'm a man that knows what he wants, and he states what he wants.
You are.
How uncomfortable it might make Joe feel.
Okay, so 10-second break. I'll be right back.
What do you mean 10-second break? When are you going?
No, 2-second break. 2-second break. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so while
talk amongst yourself, no dead air, remember.
Okay, all right. So yeah, Joe. So
I have to comment, Jay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of
no. She's not kind of nothing. She's absolutely.
No. I'm saying I'm trying to like make it. She is. I agree, 100%. I 110 million% agree with you on this.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
No. So for those of you guys that are listening, okay, Manny sent the photo of the sister in question. I believe the Hooters story, and yeah, she's very attractive. She's very attractive.
Very.
If you're listening, by all means, my number is 954. Let me stop. Send me to my DMs. Send me to my DM. Viber Studios.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Please.
No, listen. There's absolutely nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, listen."
No, not at all.
Dig in your photo. Okay,
not at all.
With me.
That's
it.
Perfectly fine.
I told you the reason why I allowed this podcast to begin is to find me a date. That's it. Simple as that. I told you that.
Wait, I don't think that's the reason why.
Well, that's the reason.
I'm not sure that's the main reason.
That's the main reason for me.
Because
as I no.
If the camera was on right now, I wish you would have seen my fucking face.
I wish I saw your face.
Because that was my look was a look that you'd probably remember.
Yeah, probably would.
Probably.
No, that's not it. But what I am saying is that it would be a nice perk. Not to say that I'm desperate for a female. Not even close. Actually, I don't really care. Allegedly. But what I am saying though is that because I'm able to put all my cards on the table in this podcast, if you still find me attractive, then you're a keeper. So that's what I'm saying. I'm being real. If you still have any interest in me after listening to some of the shit that I've said on this podcast, then you're a keeper. So all this is doing is weeding out those and saving me a lot of random first dates. Oh, look, I forgot. Manny's back. Hey, Manny.
Hey, guys.
We can't see it. Whatever it is, we can't see it.
Can't see me at all?
Oh, no, whatever you were pulling up, we couldn't see.
Oh, no. I was just pulling my mic up. Sorry.
Yeah, I bet you were.
Oh, no, he was actually touching my face.
I like that too.
You see
All right,
how
so
perfect that is? Look at that. Look at that.
it
Yeah.
is. It is.
Ooh, wow. It's perfection at finest. Oh my
Jesus.
God.
All right, so
learning.
we got to the next episode, or
So I just want to say shout out to my sisters. I love you guys.
Yeah, shout out to Manny sisters. I love you too. I love you a lot. Airplane.
I love you, I
Airplane.
love you, I love you, I love you.
And then you guys were discussing I guess backsliding to a no, I'm sorry, not
No,
backsliding,
that was the episode we did with you.
we haven't done it yet.
No, we haven't done a backsliding episode yet.
No.
We touched on it, which is what she said. But
So I went on further saying that I've had two separate incidents where I dated a girl and two separate homeboys of mine wanted to date each girl, and both have asked for my blessing. The second one, his deal breaker was it had to be non-sexual.
meaning that
My
you
relationship with the girl.
okay, so if you didn't get it in with her, he'll date her. If you did, he wouldn't date her.
That would have been in the words of what's his name, Jackson on American Idol. That's a no for me, dog. I'm sorry. That's a no for me.
Okay,
There's no
why
way.
is that?
What do you mean? Why is that? Why?
Everybody, every female, I mean, for the most part, is somebody else's leftovers. So what is the problem if you know personally the last meal?
I honestly don't know what his reasoning was behind it, but I guess because him and I were so close, he didn't want to be touching that whole like, oh, she's one of the girls that.
Oh, you know what? I kind of misread that. Okay, never mind.
I
I
don't get
misread that.
because if you're too close to date a girl that my boy slept with, and you're too close to date a girl that my boy dated.
Why would you be interested?
So that's my point. If you feel that's, and this is just me, if you feel that strongly that's your deal breaker, I can't date a girl.
No. That's stupid. That's stupid.
Then you shouldn't be able to date a girl that your boy dated.
Yeah. No. I get it. I get it.
He asked me because I guess right after I stopped, delving with her or whatever the case is, he was like, oh, so what was your situation with her? I know you guys went out a lot, but did you initiate the act of the deal? And I was like, no, we didn't.
Sexual relationship.
Yeah, but why would that matter though?
Intercourse.
Like why does that ultimately matter?
Because he doesn't want to be sausage. Is it wiener cousins? He doesn't want to be wiener cousins.
Who the hell?
I guess. Listen, as Jay said, somebody is, or everybody
or it could be a
somebody's-
self-esteem. It could be a self-esteem thing. It could be I don't want her comparing me to the guy she was with last, which is if
That
one of my
sounds more believable.
So it could be that. It could be that. But again, at the same time, it's not just comparing sexually. I don't want to be she's going to compare how you were as a boyfriend, how you were on your first date. It's all going to be compared. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about that. It's weird. It's either you are all in or you all out. So,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes more sense.
all right.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'd love to move on to episode 11, planting roots in a new location. Joe, real quick, if you can bring up what this was about.
Planting roots
In a new location.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, because I was like, wait a minute, we did this? And yes, we did. Memory is the best. So
I have the entire thing up on my screen.
So, Jay, shut up. So we had a episode of I was, first of all, this episode I feel like was really emotional for me, as is every episode, but this one particularly because the pre-episode I was talking to Jason off the air about relocating out of New York and having myself and my family go to live in another state.
He's being very generous. What he said is he fucking hates Brooklyn now, and
no, Jay. There's no
generous.
generous about it. I can't stand Brooklyn, New York. I don't.
No, but you weren't saying that. You were just like, oh, I'm just considering like relocating. No. You.
No. Yeah,
I'm out of hell out of New York.
Yeah, no. My primal instincts right now are kind of low.
What if I told you that I heard a pop sound right behind my area, kind of like you would hear in like Brooklyn, Flatbush? Holy shit!
What would that mean? What?
I don't know. Either it's fireworks or it's gunshots. I couldn't believe it. It's a sound I used to hear a lot in my youth.
Don't you live in Miramar?
I do. That's why I'm so shocked.
Dude, Miramar's worse than Hollywood. Let's just put it that way.
That must have been a car backfiring. Okay, carry on. Sorry, Joe. So yes, back to what you're saying.
Wait, Miramar is worse than
It's not worse. Don't listen to Manny. Manny's a fucking prick.
Wow.
It's the truth. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Shut up. Shut your mouth. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
You know,
Yo, what are we doing right now?
I don't know. I'm not sure. We're still
we
trying
are
to.
keeping the audience entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not? Listen, I one of my coworkers saw the last episode. She came up to me today and she's like, I absolutely love you guys. You are amazing. You guys are hilarious. You guys make us laugh, and that is the whole point. I love how you guys interact with each other. I love how you guys mess with each other. The topics are great. I fucking love that. Literally, I love you guys. I fucking love you guys.
That sounds like she would be perfect for Jay.
And for Battle
Absolutely
of Texas.
perfect.
And for Battle of Texas. But no, she'd be perfect for me after Battle of Texas.
Yeah,
She's
but mainly for Jay.
Listen, stop pimping me out to every single commenter, okay?
Joe, we'll discuss
Like I said,
this.
I'm alone. I'm not lonely.
No, we will, Manny. We will. We definitely will.
Yeah,
And matter of
we'll
fact,
work on
we'll actually work on it even more when we see each
boy.
other in person.
That's
This
gonna
is-
be
this
very
is-
interesting when you come in November.
I'm gonna put a video out there, right? I'm gonna go on all of my social media. I'm gonna ask for any one of my female associates, friends, whatever, that are interested in doing Battle of the Sexes
Yes.
and that is interested in dating Jay.
Well, no. Let's.
No. Jay.
No,
Let it
no.
rock. Let it rock.
No.
Let it
because-
rock.
Check it out. Not only is that incredibly embarrassing, it
Oh,
makes
no.
me incredibly desperate. Okay.
It doesn't.
So,
It just.
it does. It
We're
does.
going. We're
I'll
going.
tell you a story.
with
I'll
the
tell you a story.
narrative.
I'm not gonna put you out there like that, Jay, but I'm just gonna let you know that I'm gonna ask some questions to a specific crowd of individuals.
Ask some questions, demand answers. Why can't you just give me the one Instagram one? Why can't you just give me that one? She seems nice.
I told you we'll discuss this off air, Jay. Why?
I don't mind I don't mind being wiener cousins.
Jay literally
Trust me.
just said.
I
about-
don't mind being wiener cousins.
Jay said 20 seconds ago about
The
how.
only reason why I say we have to discuss this off air is because I had this conversation with her, so we need to have this privately.
All right, moving on. So, Joe, back to what you were saying.
So I cannot wait until November.
I'm going to be strangely out of town when you come. So,
No, you're not.
Ooh, I'll show you
no,
good
he's
time,
not.
Joe. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. And you know what? I will take you up on that offer because you have my picture in your background. So enough said. Jason has nothing but some dark.
if you want me to put your picture, hold on. If you want me to put
depressing
your picture in my
furniture.
background, I will. But you're not going to like it.
Do it.
You're not going to like it. So,
Do it.
No.
Do
If
it.
you do put if you put the Chicago one on there, I swear on all hell. Okay. Where I'm staying in November, I will do something.
I want my
to you.
listeners. I
will
to,
do something to you.
I
at
want
night.
my listeners.
I already know.
to-
I already know your sleeping patterns. I know.
I
them.
want my listeners to go to my profile. It's facebook.com, Jason Grant-Henriques. I want you to scroll and find, was it 2 years ago? I don't know. Last year, April. I want you to look at all the Star Wars Celebrations photos and you'll see what we're talking about. Okay? And mind you, he did this to himself.
Such a dick.
Nobody did this to him. He did this to himself.
Such a dick. Yeah. Okay.
Or you can go
Such
to
a
my
dick.
photos and you can try and see photos that I'm in with. Joe.
Wait. I got it.
You got it. You got it. You seeing it?
No.
No.
Let's not do that, Manny.
No.
Manny.
Anyway, so moving on.
Moving
Platinum
on.
was looking. So you wanted to move to Texas, and it's something that we're actually actively discussing. It's really funny because I've almost even convinced my homegirl to potentially relocate to Texas as well.
Yeah, but let me ask
So-
you a question. This isn't like a new update based off of that episode that we spoke about.
Yeah.
How would you feel about Jersey?
Ugh.
That's not relocating. That's moving next door. What do you mean?
I mean,
Listen.
just a hypothetical question. I don't know.
I'm
My-
not moving to Jersey. I'm
My
not
theory,
moving back to New York. It's not happening.
my theory of
That's not even
Jersey.
New York. That's Jersey.
My theory of Jersey is that it will always be remembered as the state under New York.
Yeah.
Like kind of like
about it.
Like a downgrade. Like you're downgrading. That's basically what he's trying to say. Why Jersey? Why is what? You know what? This we can do.
that's something we have to talk about off air.
Yes, we do.
The three of
Yes,
us.
we do.
We got to talk
Yeah.
about that off air.
It's a shame. I
yeah.
miss the good old days when Joe had testosterone and he had testicles and
No,
all
no,
that good
no,
stuff.
because
Apparently, he
my
was watching too much of the Jersey Shore.
No.
You
No,
wanted
it's not
gym
even that.
tan
It's
and laundry.
it's not. Listen, it's not even remotely that. I can guarantee you that if it was up to me and me alone, Jason would already. Honestly speaking, I would have had my studio up in Texas right now with a mic and everything. The picture would have been crystal clear. Everything would have been perfect if
Allegedly.
it was up. If it was up to me. Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there and make it clear. Again, this is something that I would share with the
Well,
public.
that's a hard no for me. Anyway, so Manny, did you want to
Oh,
did you
what
want to put
a dick!
your 2 cents on planning?
Huge ass
I don't know
dick.
if there's anything that you
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and read my comments since I never
read
got
it,
to it.
sir.
I totally agree with the
son of a bitch.
differences. Ooh, what is that?
But I have no idea. That's a
Bam.
big ass mole.
Bam.
You gotta get that
So-
looked at.
My God.
I totally agree with the differences in definition between content and true happiness because I have constantly asked Volder Mama, if anybody was paying attention,
Ooh.
I've constantly asked Volder Mama if she was ever happy, and the answer was, I'm content.
Yeah.
Why would you answer the question of being happy as content? Whatever. She never answered her answer was never happy unless she threw the Google definition of content in my face, regardless of whether or not the question was actually being happy. The fuck was that? Excuse me. You good over there? Okay, I'm shutting up. We've also discussed moving away from South Florida several times until she finally decided that
Texas.
she was never okay with the fact that she wanted to move away from her family,
Yep.
which then changed because of the divorce,
Mm.
which goes right into our last topic about being hypocritical and everything, but whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm as an adventurous person, I have no issues planting roots somewhere else. I don't care, I will take all 3 of my children and go somewhere else. Especially with today's day and age, technology, whatever. I mean, Joe, you're 2,500 miles away, even more than that, and we are having this conversation as if we're right next to each other. And we're still deliberating and we're still debating on everything, which is fine.
Right. That's
Oh,
like
yeah,
technology.
And it's the great thing about it, plus we can travel, we can visit each other, we can do this, we can do it. Moving away does not necessarily end certain kind of situations, relationships, or anything of the sort. It's just if you feel that you need to start a new situation somewhere else, a new adventure, especially when it comes to marriage and your children and everything, because I never wanted to raise my children in South Florida. I was never a fan of being here.
Damn, Jay said the same thing. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
18 years, okay?
That's crazy.
18 years I've been against it. When I got off the plane at 14, I was like, I'm never going to like it here. 4 years later, I don't want to raise a child here. I was never okay with being here. I never wanted to be here. I want to be somewhere else. It's, to be blunt, fucked up down here.
So what is stopping you both from just getting up and going to say like Texas? Like what's
Kids.
stopping?
What do you mean? It's
Our children.
It's kids. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Are you serious?
Okay, so
Let me get very
so
clear.
if you guys both got to go ahead, or I don't care, just as long as we keep in touch and they see me, comment from the BMs of you both, would you be inclined to get out quicker?
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
If I had no pushback, if I had no problem, I would have been gone years ago. I'd be gone tomorrow. I wouldn't stay down here. I'm down here because I procreated too early, and I got stuck. That's what it is.
Right.
Because I wasn't gonna be that guy, or I couldn't be that guy. You say, okay, well, I have kids, whatever, paychecks, but I'm gone. I'm gonna live my life. God forbid, I had honor and responsibility and obligation, so I got stuck. I got myself stuck, of course. I'm not gonna blame anybody else, but I got stuck. So no.
have you guys had this conversation with the BMs about this?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
how you bluntly said, listen, I am either A, miserable here, or B, I just can't do it over here no more. I'd prefer to get up and move and relocate somewhere where I'll be a little bit more happy or more happier. Have you had like that conversation had just went by them
Yeah.
over their heads?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I mean, I had a conversation and it was okay, cool, go for it, but my boys ain't going nowhere, and that's pretty much it. It was kind of like what you got when you would your first reaction from your Mama when you on camera and on mic said you're moving to Texas, and what did she say? My child ain't going nowhere. Remember?
Wait, no, well, me, right? You're talking about me? Well,
Yes,
that was
you, yeah.
that was the old answer. The new answer.
That was the
yes.
original. My point. So
Yeah.
that's the answer that I would get. So yeah, you can go live your life, but A, you're gonna pay child support, and B, you need to, then it was, well, when are they gonna see you? They're never gonna see you. You're like, when are you gonna be? So I'd fly back monthly.
That's crazy. That's so crazy though, because why would it be? Why would it be? Why would that be an issue?
When I was a young father, when we were young fathers, FaceTiming and video chats wasn't as commonplace.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it would be easier because we got Zoom, we got Skype, we got FaceTime,
100% easier.
We got smartphones. You know what I'm saying? Like smartphones were just coming up as we procreated, or especially me.
Absolutely.
Oh no, and Manny
Absolutely.
too. Manny procreated even before me. So it might be different now. Had I said, listen, I want to move away, and we got plenty of technology to stay in touch. But back then it was.
Right.
I don't know. What are you going to be on the phone? You're going to call? Like how are they going to see you? How are they going to know you? So,
right. So, having this kind of situation with my son, let's call it 10 years ago, his mother had a conversation with me and was like, hey, listen, we both are not fans of South Florida. She's from, and I have to state this because a lot of people get it confused, the state of New Mexico. Not Mexico, the state of New Mexico.
If people got that confused, you got to be a really
no. See, no, she's not Mexican.
She's Mexican.
She's from the state of New Mexico. She moved to Texas, and then she moved here.
Right.
So she said, "I want to move back home. How are you feeling about that?" And I said, "Listen, I don't like the fact that I go from seeing my son on a daily basis to seeing him however it happens.
Right.
But if it's a better lifestyle and a better, upbringing for him, I'm all about it.
Right.
But here's the stipulation that I have. If at any point my son calls me and says, Dad, I don't like it here, come get me, I will catch the first red eye and I will bring my son back here.
Right. That's understandable.
Right. That was my only stipulation on the fact. So 10 years ago, he moves, hardship in my life, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
And he eventually came back. And obviously he is still here. Now, it's got... He's here. You heard him screaming a little bit earlier.
We just heard him.
So
I mean, but is that really him? Like, I mean, is it really?
Is it you, Ian?
I swear to God,
So,
Jay, you're such a.
We're not going to go through this again. So
No, we're not.
So again,
10 minutes of yelling his name out. Get on camera. Get on camera. What are you doing?
So,
get on camera.
So again, it has nothing to do with the fact that his mother just couldn't deal with it. She was a bad mother over there because whatever the case is. She had 3 other children outside of my son, so it's a lot. At the time, again, 10 years ago, he was my only one. She had now.
I'm moving my room around.
You hear him now? Stupid. I mean, listen. Did you see my last?
Yes, I was nodding.
Yeah. Okay. Let me know what you want.
I wish my son would move my room around. Jesus Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, my offspring who likes to remain hidden. So, who wants to remain hidden?
Oh, I'll show myself. I look good.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, he wants to pop on. Excuse me 1 second.
No, my
I don't
face.
see anything.
My face.
Hold on. Let me get this going. There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Snap. Oh, snap.
Give a little wave.
Nice guys. Feature.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say I love my father.
You know.
Good. No. Okay.
That was
okay.
there you go. I'll take it. That's better. That's better than last time.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take it. No, I'll take it.
So again, it's nothing against his mom. She just had a lot on her plate. I didn't have as much, and he eventually moved back over here with me, which of course is fine. You know, whatever. So, she tried something out. It didn't work, and that's what it is. For me, I want to do the same thing for my younger girls, but it's a little bit of a battle with their mother. She wants to go to Georgia, and I'm just like, what's in Georgia? Let's go. Let's just go somewhere else where, like, no one has said anything, because the main places that people go to is like, California, Texas, New York, Georgia. Fuck, let's go to fucking Nevada or Missouri. I mean,
go to Washington State.
Right. Let's just go to a random place.
Let's get crazy.
Let's just
nuts.
Go wild. Like, I don't know, a state that no one knows about.
Okay. Fucking
fucking Nebraska, dog.
Here we go. Fucking
two
hippies right now.
Yo, Alaska.
Let's go to
is
Alaska. 30 days. 30 days of night. I mean, I love the movie, but dude, you know how crazy it is to walk out to go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7, 8, 9, 10, noon, and it's still dark?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Shut up, Joe. You have no idea what you're going through right now. I have friends in Alaska, and they're like, dude, this is what it looks like.
That's the
I do.
Shit.
And they're like, yo, it's noon.
Yo, can we do a guys trip to Alaska?
I feel like I'm in Alaska right now.
Why?
You
Because
are your nuts cold? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
yeah, it's fucking. It's
shit.
about. It's like 60 degrees. It's like 60. No, I'm sorry, it can't be, because your version of 60 in down there is like kind of warm, right?
Yes.
You shut your mouth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. I put the wrong background on. Let me punch his face.
No. Damn. All right, I want to go to do a guys.
Made the sound effect.
Let's do it.
A guy's trip to Alaska. Wow.
Hell yeah.
I when it comes to planning routes and starting a new life somewhere, if you and your spouse are all about it, go by all means do it. If you're not comfortable where you're at, do it. If don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about what your family says. Don't worry about what your friends say. Who gives a damn? Because with today's technology, literally, you can keep in touch. It is very simple. It's just go. Do what's best for you and your family. If it's just you, go experience the world. Who cares? Move to fucking England. I like, gentlemen, you want to try them cheese and crumpets? Do it.
London is great, actually. It's great.
Fish and chips. No.
London is great.
Go to work stop in Nottingham. That's delicious.
Do it. Experience
It's dark
life.
as shit over there, though.
Afternoon tea is fucking fabulous.
Bro, go to Spain. They have
Fabulous.
siestas. Who the hell can take a nap for work right now?
Yeah,
I'm all about taking naps. Let's do it.
Exactly. Jake
In the
can
middle
run.
of your workday.
Jake can run with the Bulls.
What?
I said Jake can run with the Bulls.
I don't know. I can't. I think we lost Joe. His audio went out.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. He's.
Okay. It always happens with Joe, unfortunately.
Yeah,
All right.
always
So let's
fucking
move
dick.
on to my
Episode
favorite episode. Episode 10. No, I still don't want to be your friend. And of course,
Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen,
touched on.
We've touched on, and I have slightly changed Jay's mindset. Slightly.
Yo, yeah, he has. So if you guys listened, yes, that in a previous episode, he did. There are perks with remaining friends, backsliding, and potential backsliding, and the connection backsliding. So, but still, I still hold firm to the fact that
Hilarious.
point in exes being friends, or in my opinion, especially with me, it's a hard no. I don't.
I agree.
It's a hard no, and it's not just because we're exes, but me personally, where I am, I don't need any more female friends, especially no female friends that I was.
I agree.
Was intimate with. I don't want that, because a woman, in my opinion, that wants to be friends with somebody who they know likes them or was intimate with them or whatever, is trying to hold on to the best parts of that guy.
Yep.
Without committing to a relationship.
Yep.
So you very best. You want the work husband, or you want the bestie, or you want you're still gonna expect me to take you out and hang out with you and pay for things, but that's about it. There's no relationship there. You go date whoever you want, but you got me as your little side piece, what I call safety net, where Jay will always be there to make me feel better until I find another guy to treat me like shit. So that's how I feel about it. So it's still no, hard no, not don't want to be friends. But there are perks if you do remain friends. And Manny didn't know. Manny, I don't know if you wanted to add something to that because we don't need to touch upon it because we already did. But if you want to add a little more, you can.
Okay, so wow, we're a lot on here. So I can relate on being that guy who's just around during breakups or leaves. That is not only annoying,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but very, very oh god, I love this. Sorry.
I love it.
I don't enjoy women being that way. You know, it happens all the time depending how their situation ended and uh I'm sorry, I'm breezing through what I wrote here,
Okay.
trying to get to the point that I wanted to get to. So, you know, females are very
Stupid. Oops.
they
Sorry.
they
The engaged host, ladies and gentlemen.
their emotions seem to be getting the best of them, which
Yes.
annoys the shit out of me
Yeah,
because
I
they
call
use
it the
that
heat of passion. But yes.
they
Yeah, that's common.
they use it to what is this? Oh,
Okay. You wanna?
sorry.
What's going on?
So they use that as a means to, you know, grasp whoever they're trying to get their attention of. Like,
Right.
oh, I'm currently going through something right now, so I need you to pay attention to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about everything I need. I need you to give me what I need. You right there. You,
Yep.
you,
Yep.
you right now.
Yep.
So I understand the impact of most men being like, no, get the away from me with your nonsense. I don't want to be that guy with you anymore.
Right.
No, I
Right.
tried to create something. You chose to oppose of it. You chose to go your own route.
Which is totally respectable. It's your choice.
It
Right.
is.
It's your choice, and I have no issues with that whatsoever.
Right.
Now, having said that, this is not what I was looking for. Having said that, so sorry, no dead air. I agree with the fundamental. Okay, so
that's right.
I
Wait,
agree
what's
with
happening? Wait, who's that? Is that Manny or is that you, Joe? Who's
That's not me.
No, that's me. There's
I
a
know
fire.
I know
There's
New
a-
York sirens.
There's a
I was like,
fire
oh,
going
I
on
was
over
like-
here.
Like, usually
we've
the,
all-
usually
There's a
the
fire
answer
in
comes
my pants.
from Joe. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Brooklyn. Yeah,
Brooklyn in the house. Can you hear
Brooklyn.
me?
Fire sounds and
So
ambulances.
it's perfectly okay not to choose the friendship over a relationship. I agree with that 100%. Women nowadays are only looking. Oh, the women nowadays that are looking for someone to pay their bills, because this is something that you later talked on in the episode, so that they can shop around and do whatever they want with their own money. They need to be shamed and canceled and all sorts of stuff. Especially if that's
Cancel
the person that they look
culture.
for. That's that. Fuck you, women. I also agree with that there are a lot of fundamentals that are missing in this generation's mindset. The fact that most women nowadays cannot cook, but they can clean, or vice versa. They can
Well,
never
can't do any
both.
of that.
Or either. It's just why? What use are you at this point to lay there? No, I need to, like, as adults, we have household responsibilities. We have household chores. If you cannot help me do anything, stay the fuck away from me. Right
no,
now.
it's true.
Sorry.
I can't imagine. I can't remember the last woman that I met, and you know, romantically like that, who could cook, and who was absolutely floored that I can cook. Floored.
Yeah, because
you
you
know.
cook. You would outcook them.
Right, you know, so it's like I don't know how to, like literally the last, I mean, a whole bunch of them. I'm just like, what happened? When did this become a thing? Where, I mean, and again, I'm not saying that, oh, you're a woman, you have to cook, but it's just like, then how do you live? You know, who's cooking
Right.
for you? What are you doing? You know, so it's funny because I cannot remember the last time I met a woman who knew how to cook. It's been years since, you know, and I mean cook, not fried egg or boiled pasta. I mean cook. Can cook a 3-4 course meal. Can, you know, do what I do every single day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
the one thing that I can say is that that I can appreciate is Valder Mama loves to cook. She put a lot of emphasis. She would spend all day in the kitchen cooking, breakfast, lunch, dinner, Greatest thing in the world. That was the thing that she did. She can cook, and I'm talking about all sorts of different variations, all sorts of different ethnicities. She's all over the place with it, and I love the fact that I didn't have to cook all the time. It was great. Having said that, she was not very much of a cleaner, which annoyed the hell out of me. Right, it annoyed the hell out of me because again, I don't mind partaking in one of the two. If you did one, I'll do the other. No big deal. Shared responsibilities. I'm fine with that. But when you get somebody who can't do either one, today's dating world it sucks.
It's terrible.
It's horrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, I dislike Joe to like the nth degree, but even him, I would never wish dating in this reality right now.
I actually feel the opposite of Jay. I love him so much. However, I still know because of how good of a guy he is and how great of a cook he is. Because I know he's a great cook. I've had his cooking firsthand.
Oh yeah, you did.
No woman is gonna appreciate that.
No, I don't think so. Or if I do, it's gonna take a long time.
Not one. And you know what? You thought I was gonna say some bad shit about you just now.
Yeah, I did. Actually, I was my anus.
You were anticipating.
I was on fight or flight. I was ready to go. No. I mean, come on, let's be reasonable. I mean, like literally, me and three of my boys, Joe, and the two other friends, we all went up to Star Celebration for a different podcast. We were hosting a panel, and I told them, I said, "Listen, guys, I'm not eating out every single goddamn night. It's not gonna happen. I'm going to get some meat. I'm going to pre-season. I'm going to flash freeze it. I'm going to put it in my luggage, and I'm going to cook every single night I come back from the."
Ironically enough, you just said that statement, but we ended up still spending tons of money on food.
No, not me. No, you guys did, not me. I only spent money twice when we went to.
Yeah, because you were on a fucking fast.
That too. No, but that too. But the fact of the matter is, though, is that I said I only spent money at the karaoke bar, which wasn't a karaoke bar, and I went and at
oh
the
god, yeah,
that was it. That was the only time I spent money on food because I didn't need to. I had food home to cook, and I said as soon as we got back from the day's convention, they all went off to go check in with their ladies, and I started cooking, and I cooked for 4 dudes. Smorgasbords. I had a whole menu planned out, and it worked. The guys appreciated it. They loved it. And, that's just the kind of guy that I am, and they found it interesting and weird at the same time. So it was great. It was great.
No, I would have never found it weird. It was good. It was good.
And you know what? That's all that matters because a domesticated man nowadays is very rare to find. So,
it's very rare to find, but it's not appreciated at all.
It really isn't.
No.
It isn't
No.
Because it really isn't. It really isn't.
No,
so
it's not.
Did you want to finish that up, or we're gonna move on to episode 9 because we still have 9 more episodes to go? Well, 8 more episodes to go.
Let me see if there's anything other relevance in here.
No, there isn't.
No, there is actually. Dating outside your bubble can oftentimes lead to greater and better things, which is one of the reasons why people are always complaining about, I can never find the nice guy or a good girl or
right.
yada yada yada. It doesn't just have to do with relationships, and you have to think of the definition of insanity. Continuing to do the same thing over and over again in hopes for change.
Yep.
And that is the issue with most women nowadays is that number one complaint, I will never find a nice guy. Stop dating within your own pool then. Yeah. Get out of your bubble, and circumvent that and move on to something else.
No, but here's the thing though. Get out of your own bubble, but also don't just dip your toe in and then take it out. But here's the thing, because I have been the unfortunate, and I don't want, for lack of a better word, victim of being that guy where women are like, I want to date something different. There's Jason. He's something different. Date me for a little bit. You're like, okay, well, I'm done with that. Go back to what I'm used to again. So if you're going to date outside your bubble, make a conscious effort to actually try to date outside your bubble and with the intention of finding something new, finding something legitimate. Not just, okay, well, I'm tired of the assholes. Let me try a nice guy for a little bit. Oh, okay, back to the assholes. Because I'm telling you right now, I can give you many examples where I'm the one oddball of these girls' love life history. I'm usually the one of the most memorable ones by either both them and by their family, but oddball nonetheless. And that was it. Jay was the only nice guy. And I went back to crappy guys. And that's it. And I married a crappy guy, and then I'm making it work, kind of thing. So, yeah, I agree with you, Manny. Dip your toe in, and no, I mean, try something new, but really try something new with the intent
Jump into it.
of finding something special,
Jump
not
into
just testing the waters. And you wanna play a little game. It's not for nice guys. That shit's annoying as fuck. Because I hate the
I
phrase.
agree.
I hate the phrase. Well, I'm dating you because you're different. I fuck that. No, that I know for a fact you're dumping me in 6 months. So
Yep.
just being real. So all right. Yep.
There was also another thing. I don't remember what the comment was, but it says I put down women enjoy feeling special, so they'll never tell you something that could ruin their chance at feeling that way.
Exactly.
But they have the nerve to call us egotistical.
Yes. Egotistical, selfish. And I'll give you an example of that. There was a girl at my job, and we were really close. I really thought she liked me, and I started to like her. And I was pressured by coworkers. Hey, listen, you've got to tell her how you feel. Tell her how you feel because listen, this girl likes you. So tell her how I
Never do
feel.
that to somebody. You never pressure. You never pressure somebody to do that.
No, but they're encouraging. I wouldn't say pressure. They were encouraging because you saw a spark there. There was clearly something there between us, and I was in denial, and maybe she was in denial. Sometimes you need to be encouraged. And so I put it out there. Hey, listen, I'm digging you. I'd like to date you. And her first reaction was, can I think about it? And I said, well, in my experience, if a woman has to think about it with me, then it's obviously a no. So if you want to say no, it's cool. Say, no, I want to think about it. And I'll tell you right now, shit you not, she never answered me for 3 weeks.
Odd.
The next day, she came as nothing happened. And she went 3 weeks as if nothing happened until one day I emailed her and said, are we really going to do this? Are we really doing this? Like, I told you how I felt. You didn't give me an answer. You didn't even give me anything. And that's what she said. Honestly, I had no intentions of answering you. As she said, I had no intention. She honestly said this. She said, honestly, I had
wait, you told me this shit before.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
She said, honestly, I had no intentions of answering you because I knew things would change if I told you that I didn't feel the same way. So I said, so what you're saying is you are selfish. You wanted to maintain this little work husband thing we had going on right now. And you knew that things would change if you rejected me. That's my right, of course. So you stole my right to say, okay, well, I don't want to be friends anymore, or I don't want to be that close anymore because of how I feel. And you intended to literally string me along for as long as you possibly could. I said, wow, well, thanks for that. I appreciate it. And we stopped speaking immediately because I never wanted anybody like that. I said, who wants somebody like that in your life?
That is a bona fide piece of shit.
I will never forget that story because I never saw that in her but at least she was honest. I respect the honesty. The fact that she said, honestly, I never intended on answering you because I didn't want things to change. And
that's where it leads into they feel special and they didn't want you to take that away from them.
Just a little disclaimer: if that person that did that to Jay is listening, fuck you.
Oh yeah, no, she wouldn't be listening. I don't even know where she is anymore, which is fantastic.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
So anyway, can we move on to the next one?
Yep.
Episode 9. Do women really know what they want? And that, of course, dovetails into the whole women saying, I want a nice guy, I want a romantic guy. Why can't guys bring me flowers? I want somebody who takes me out and lovely things. And they find that person, and to their face they're saying, I can't find a good guy. And they end up dating, but what they're really attracted to are assholes and crappy guys and other crap like that. And that is typical, honestly, of women. They list these traits. What they date has almost none of those traits. What they're attracted to has almost none of those traits. So, Manny, get in there.
So I touched base on this on the last episode, bringing up that a lot of them have been imprinted by their fathers, who played game when they were younger, and then had a daughter and was like, "Hey, baby girl,
baby girl,
baby girl, this is what Daddy used to do to women, and I don't want you to fall for that. So recognize this." And if you see that, run the fuck away. And the issue is that is as they're being taught that these are the games of men, they're not taught and to understand that most of the time, or sometimes oftentimes I should say, these are not games. This is just a nice guy who wanted to be nice to you, who wanted to do something nice to you. And it backfires a lot on most women, which of course happens to most of us. Or they have their mothers who have been hurt constantly in their life and continue that insufferable pain through their children. A story that I have. What the hell did I write here?
Right.
Oh, okay. No, I got it. So a story that I have, we're not going to designate time frame or anything on this.
Well, we don't.
Is that
Last week.
I was with a female who basically told me that everything that I was the complete opposite of what they wanted. I have no hair. Right. I have no hair, okay?
That is the best thing I ever heard in my entire life.
Literally, the exact opposite. I have no hair. I'm Hispanic. I am a father I'm a father, okay? I am older.
Wow.
Where else am I? I am not a yes man, okay?
Okay.
This is the biggest thing. Women, you need to understand, not every man is a yes man. I don't care how much money this guy has. I don't care how much of a bitch hit he is. Mitch, I'm sorry. I should utilize the word Mitch, male bitch. There's no such thing, and there's very little of yes men out there. You cannot date the yes man. Stay away from the yes man, because when you're looking for a valued opinion or you're looking for something to experience outside of your own thoughts, you fucked up.
Yeah, but I would say that a woman looking for a yes man doesn't want to be exposed to anything beyond her own thoughts, beyond her own worldview. So I mean, I know what you're saying, but
quick.
You know, some women actually want a yes man.
yeah,
Yeah,
of course
and
they do.
that's the problem. They want somebody just like, I don't want this guy to think differently than me. So if I want to have caviar for dinner,
Caviar.
you better represent he wants caviar just as much as I do. They're the ones that order dinner for you. That's
I can't use a caviar like that.
caviar. Listen, it's
Caviar.
delicious. I want it all up in my mouth. I want its deliciousness.
Listen,
it makes me.
heard the term backsliding before, so don't even pronunciation, all right?
You want me to change my accent? Is that what it is? You want me to go? You want me to talk like this? Is that what you want, Joe? You want me to fuck you up? You want me to punch you in the fucking face?
Wow, I'm getting attacked.
No, Joe's getting excited. That's what it is.
I'm getting attacked.
That's why he's got
I
no
feel
video.
attacked. I feel attacked.
You're stroking his Brooklyn ego, and he likes it.
So, to continue,
Yeah.
to leave Joe out of his emotions.
I love emotions.
As an older man with a child who's bald, not a yes man, who's very social. I am a social butterfly. I have represented this my entire life. I love engaging with random people. I love making people smile. I love just engaging with the random stranger who looks like they're having a bad day and just was uplifted in that 1 second that I was around. Whatever. It's not a pride issue. I just want to promote and pass on positivity. That's just something that I push. As a man who didn't want to be, who didn't want to have any more children, as a man who remained friends with exes, these were all traits. Backslide, it's a great thing. As a man who held all of these traits, this individual was like, you are everything that I'm against. Yet I spent 8.5 years with her. So we're not going to call her.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Opposites attract. Poorly.
Horribly. So they were never wanted. They were never accepted. And I've spent a majority of my life with this individual. As the breakup ended, I'm sorry. This is also another story. And this is something in reference to what Jay had mentioned. I've had a breakup with a female who then dated another man who was very much inferior to me. This man had no future with his life, and he could not compare to me in any way, with the exception of the gift of the gab, which he utilized in his own way with many females, and was surprisingly
Brutal.
Exactly. This was not like a topic of concern when this happened. So this individual,
That's crazy.
didn't graduate high school, no driver's license, suspended driver's license.
Oh, he's a catch. He's a catch.
Right.
That's a keeper right there.
Into pot
Sarcasm
smoker,
is
weed
real.
head.
Right.
I mean, when I say this man cannot compare to me in any way, I looked at this woman. I was like, why? How? I don't understand.
Yep.
And it was, again, the gift of the gab, the way he
His swagger.
emphasized himself.
Right.
Yeah, his swag, as you would call it. Just the way that he brought himself, that was her attractiveness to him. Meanwhile, of course, flash forward a bunch of years later, she's like, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
young. I
I'm
was
not
dumb.
surprised. I'm not surprised.
I was young. I was dumb. I fucked up. I learned from my mistakes, and I'm glad that this individual did, because she will own up to her. She's like, listen, I'm sorry. And that's basically how it went. And
you know what? And you know what? That's perfect, because you know what? I've never gotten an apology from the women who've wronged me. And it's a really disgusting stories, and I'll never get an apology. So the fact that you got one, that shows,
Yeah, that's true. The fact that you even got one.
exactly. I would take it, even if it was half-hearted. I would take it.
And I did. And again, it goes with the same story that you mentioned during that podcast, where the inferior guy ended up getting your friend and the other interest that you had pregnant at the same time.
Oh my God, I told that story. Yeah, wow,
Yes, you
yeah.
did.
That was
she ended up getting pregnant by this guy twice.
Damn.
The first time I was like, are you really realizing what you're doing right now? You're creating life with a piece of shit. How could you? And then the second time came around, I'm like,
how could you? How could you?
And then the second time came around, I was like, twice? I don't understand. And again, I did the very best that I could, because of the nice guy that I am, to try and get her to deviate from the position she put herself into.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that shit.
Like, honestly, who does?
No, nobody does. But again, this is 15 years ago, maybe. Okay. So times were different in the past. So right now, she's in a different situation.
Sure.
And she's doing better for herself. So hand clap to her for,
get it, girl.
Horrible story, but
silver lining,
moving
right?
forward in life. So
spot on, total.
Right. So now we can move on to episode 8, Father's Tale: The Birds and the Bees.
Yes, and that was me telling. I don't know if Joe, did you share a story? I know I shared my story of how I had to undo the programming that was, my kid's mom and Nana, and I think stepfather, just like wrecking the birds and the bees for my sons, and I had to redo it all over again. Joe, did you ever? I think you did tell a story, right, about that?
There was a moment where my son had I kind of found out that he.
Oh, that was a cell phone story, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that actually that was like a piggyback of me introducing the quote unquote birds.
Of course,
conversation.
Right? Yeah, you guys. I mean, I would love to discuss both our stories, but you guys need to just go back to episode 8 to listen to it. Manny, did you want to share a brief abbreviated version of you telling?
Debrief.
I said no. I said he. Well, I said inebriated first, and I meant to say abbreviated. So version of.
Unfortunately for me, during my son's growing years in his teenage, endom, as you would call it, he wasn't here. He was living in another state or whatever. But I basically told him constantly, every time I spoke to him, I said, listen, if there's anything you as a boy, male, whatever, if there's any questions, if there are any concerns, I open, talk to me anytime you want. You know my phone number. You can call me. You have a cell phone. Call me for whatever you need. If you have questions, interests, conflicting issues in your head, by all means, call me. Now, again, I've mentioned this one time very briefly. I love my son. Every decision that he makes, everything about him, I love my son. He currently describes himself as a gay man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When he finally came out to me about it, you know, and this is every father. No father wants to raise up a gay boy, only for the simple fact that this is your son. He carries on your family name, you know, anything of the sort. Now, when he finally came out to me, because his stepfather is very religious, very against, you know, the Bible says gay is wrong, blah, 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 you're going to hell type nonsense. I told him, do not listen to a damn word that he says, because he's not your fucking father.
Ooh,
listen.
God,
I don't care what he says. He can tell you anything from here to the moon. I do not care. I love you. You are my firstborn.
Yeah, but he's right though.
No,
Manny's 100% right.
Manny's speaking from the heart, because I felt the same way. I mean,
listen,
Yeah.
when
you're 100% right.
When that conflict of issue came up, I was not only pissed off being 2,500 miles away that I could not put my foot down in this situation.
Right.
I was very hurt that he was not being accepted for who he chose to be.
Right.
So I told him, I said, listen, I don't care. You are my son. I will love you, whatever you decide to be. You know, today's day and age, things change drastically from one second to the next. I don't care. You are who you feel you be. Just be you, and I love you regardless of the point. And ever since then, my son has been very open with me about everything. And again, I don't mind it. I'd rather, who else he's going to turn to? Who else?
Agreed.
I'd rather it be me. So I never really had that conversation with the birds and the bees, because he was never interested in it. He didn't, you know,
right.
it wasn't something for him that he cared to know about.
Right.
When it came to certain aspects of being a man, you know, and owning up to certain situations, he would ask, and we would have these conversations. And again, I love my son. There's nothing about him, like, hands down, you know. When it comes to my daughters, on the other hand, oh God. Again, you mentioned this, Jay, that when it comes to gender, there's certain things that men will teach that can only teach their sons, and mothers can only teach their daughters.
Right.
In my aspect, I don't want my daughters to be taught everything. There are certain things that I need them to understand. Like, listen, the way that your mother speaks to men,
Mm-hmm.
i.e. your father, it's not something that you need to carry on.
Right. It's not normal.
Yeah. You need to be respectful. You need to learn how to draw that respectful line, just the way that men can't speak to you in the same manner. If you remember your father as being an angry man, constantly yelling and cursing at your mother, you need to understand what the backstory is behind that. Always look beforehand.
Right.
What caused him to be that way? My son will tell you, I've never seen my father mad. There was one episode that he had. I feared for everything, because I've never seen my father in that way. But then we sat down and we spoke about it, and now I understand why. So for my daughters, I want them to understand day in and day out, you know, again, certain things your mother can teach you, certain things that I can teach you as far as the man's aspect. You know, keep an open line of communication. And I hope my daughters hear this one day. I've already had this conversation with my son, so I don't have to worry about that. You know, make sure that you keep an open mind, go into everything when it comes to growing up, changes in your life. Just open your mouths, say something. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel underprivileged. Just say something. If you see something you don't like, you don't understand, ask questions. And know I will always love you. Nothing will change. I don't care. You know, don't be negative. I promote love. That's my number one thing. This, again, hit me hard. So, you know, That's it. That's all I have to say.
Oh,
I'm getting a
wow,
little,
yeah.
No, that was good.
Ooh,
That was good.
you want to take a moment? You want to take you
That
want
was
to
powerful.
you want to maybe wait?
That was powerful, dude.
Oh,
I'm all right. I'm good.
you sure?
Yeah.
No, so no, and I totally agree, especially when you said about your son's issue with his stepfather when it came to that, and it's funny, but you know what I'm going to tell you when it comes to your daughters is all you can do is do the best that you can with with them, with raising them, and hope that your
They don't date
your
people
no
like
no
Jay.
your nurturing overpowers. No, yeah, you shut up. Your nurturing doesn't supersedes whatever they might be getting, from their time with their mom. Now, why do I say this? Because my boys have no memory of me and my mom being together. Me and her it didn't work out. I literally we broke up like 3-4 months into our dating in college, and then she comes back. I'm pregnant. That was it. That's how it began. So they have no memory. So they never knew us together. They only ever knew us apart. So the boys were always raised in two different homes. But I can confidently say, and on air and in front of everybody, that the boys favor me way more than they ever favor her. Meaning they have the best parts of me. They are well spoken. They are very polite. They are God forbid sophisticated. And when you compare it to, and I'm not criticizing, but when you compare it to, she has two other kids, they aren't the same. Those two are like night and day from my two. Though her two, from what I can tell, are for lack of a better word, nightmares. While mine are not. Now, I take full responsibility for that. I will take full credit for that because I believe that the way I raised them, when they were with me, especially when they were with me more often than not, superseded any negativity they might have been gotten, not necessarily from their mom, but from the environment that was created over there.
Mhm.
So all I would say to you, Manny, is you make sure your environment and yourself is powerful and transcendent. So whatever negativity or negative things they may pick up on that side won't stick, or very little will stick. Because I'm telling you right now, I would have had just as much chance of my boys being more like her than more like me, and it just didn't happen that way because, not to say that I'm the superior parent, but the fact is that just they recognized between the two sides what really is something to hold on to, even if it's at an unconscious level. So that's what I have to tell you, Manny. You got it. You, as long as you have, it's there, and they recognize that you are, somebody, and your environment is peace, calm, and you got it. You have
Yeah,
nothing to. That's what I can tell you.
exactly.
And
I
Yeah.
mean, Joe, you didn't have much. Joe doesn't really. You didn't have much of that problem with that because you've been a pretty much a full-time father all the time.
Well, I mean, I was similar to you though, Jay. Not even never really. He never seen us together, like at all,
Right.
zero. So
Okay.
and this was he was born in August '09, and
Right.
then in September '09, that was it. Me and her were done.
Yeah.
And honestly, truthfully, if you want to be technical, not that many people know this, but well, now they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't even technically together like that even during pregnancy. It was
Yeah.
more of me.
Exactly.
It was just basically me having to take care of her so that he is good.
Right.
So it was that type of relationship that
Right.
kind of made me realize. And the same thing with Jay, and and you too, Manny. Like when my kid is with me, it's a night and day difference between his half brother, who, for lack of a better term, I'm sorry, I agree with Jay, and his
Nightmare.
story is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because my son, he comes off a little awkward this time, a little awkward and a little weird, but that's okay, and I encourage that because no one is normal nowadays. He likes
Right.
video games, he does his own thing, his own personality. And the other one, his half brother, is, again, lack of a better term, a nightmare. He just doesn't, he says whatever's on his mind. Even
Right.
doesn't matter if you're an adult or a child or not, he'll just still say it.
Right.
No respect. So it's different. So I think the impact that you bring on your kids, Manny, and as powerful as it is, because I know it is from you,
Mhm.
That's all that matters.
All kids are looking for role models, and all kids, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, they gravitate toward the positive role model.
Yeah.
And
Your impact is key.
that's all you got to do. You be that positive role model. You be that champion of what is a good and righteous, and they gravitate, and they will pick up and they'll favor you more, no matter how much time they spend with their mother. Not to say the mother is terrible or don't have any good traits to give them, but if but when it comes to that, be the role model, and you will see yourself in them, especially as they grow, because they will consciously and unconsciously gravitate toward who you are, your lessons, your life lessons.
Yeah,
And
100%.
then they'll confide in you. They will
100%.
appreciate. So trust me, you got nothing to worry about. I mean,
No, you don't. You
the
don't.
power coming from your voice when you speak about your kids, you got nothing to worry about. You got this.
And Jesus, I appreciate the words that you guys are giving me, and the only reason why I'm all emotional about this right now is because of the situation that I'm currently going through. And my 6-year-old, every time I get them ready to leave, she never wants to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And it kills me inside. And I've been there with my son,
Yep.
While he was growing up. And again, it's nothing against their mothers. It's just it sucks, having to go through it or whatever.
Yep,
So
it does.
Again, this topic really impacted me because it's very emotional, and especially with, again, like I said, what I'm going through right now. So I know that eventually my daughters will come to a point to,
they will acclimate. They will.
Yeah, they're gonna understand. They're gonna be able to cope with it. They're gonna be like, you know what, I understand.
Yeah,
And
no, they will. They 100% will.
my son has,
Right.
him and I, again, his mother and I, there was never a lot of friction there. We were young.
Right.
We were in high school. We didn't even experience life yet. So,
Right.
We didn't have that opportunity to go through anything.
Right.
So we both ended up doing stupid shit to each other. So, and we've come to terms with it. So, and my son understands that now or whatever. So my daughters, I hold that very closely because I'm older. I shouldn't be making these same mistakes, and I don't want them going
knew
through
you were
it
gonna
either.
say that. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it, and that's what I'm saying. That's why this is worse for you, because you've already been through it, and you can't believe you're going through it again. And I made it very clear that I personally would fall apart if I ever had to do that all over again. Procreate, it fails, and then I have to go through the whole process all over again. I wouldn't make it. So you're a strong man. The fact that you can not only that you're going through it, but that you can preach on it, and you can express yourself. Because I know me, it was terrible. I mean, you just said it. I'm getting PTSD right now, because when my kids were up until just like 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago, every Wednesday they were going back to their mom. I had to give them a pep talk. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. You're going back to your mom. I need you to behave. I need you to make sure that you listen to your mother. You need to respect your mother. It's not that bad. You'll be back in a couple of days. I had to do this daily, weekly, monthly, yearly.
Yeah.
Give them pep talks.
Yep.
Go back to their mom. And again, not to say that they hated their mom, but whatever.
I still have
those.
those.
Right.
Yep.
And even now, as they are teenagers, one time my kids went over there, they lasted 10 hours and asked me to come pick them up for whatever it was. And so that's my point, is that, trust me, I know how you feel, bro. Like right now, I'm in my house, I'm kidless, and I'm just like, God damn it, to the point where I get like annoyed when they leave, because like they belong here, they're happiest here. So trust me.
Yeah, that's exactly how
I know, and so when you said that to me, I was like, oh my God, my heart sank, because I was there. I remember like it was yesterday.
Dude, I still get texts from his mother's telling me, oh, Jacine, my son's name, he doesn't call me up. I'm like, it's a two-way street, right? My son has his own phone. Now I trust him enough, 11-year-old, I trust him enough. I check his phone daily, everything is fine. He has like 10 friends that he plays Fortnite with. But I I get text messages. I used to now. I don't get them no more.
Right.
From his mother saying, "Oh, your son doesn't call me enough." I'm like, "The two-way street. You're the mother and the adult. What do you mean he doesn't call you enough?
Yeah.
Why don't you call him? You don't have to call me no more.
Yep.
You can call him." And I find that to be kind of another check on the list, whereas it's, yeah, I could see him staying with me for the rest of my life because, well, not
Yeah.
my life, but until he, gets older and does his
You
own
get
thing.
sick
but
of you?
Yeah.
That too.
He's already sick of him. Trust me.
That too. So I get.
I'm one of his 10 Fortnite friends, by the way.
Okay. So yeah. So I definitely understand. Like I know where you guys are coming from with this. And it's one of those things where we, in our heads, and I'm pretty sure in their heads too, know that they're the most happiest with us.
Yeah.
Period. The end of story. This is not going to change.
Becomes an ego problem for the parent because
it does. It does. But that's not
normal. The child should
it's
never
not normal,
favor the father. They should favor the mother because it's the mother, it's a nurturer. God forbid. No joke. My kid's mom got so pissed off one time that the boys seemed to respect me more, listen to me more, want to be with me more. She basically said, I bared you life, kind of thing. And my joke was from there on forward, I was calling her the life bearer because you believe that just because you bore them life, you push them out, that they should have some inherent loyalty to you. No, it's got to be earned. It's got to be developed. So.
Unfortunately, the young women,
Yeah,
not all women, but the majority of them think this way, and
Yep.
it's
And when it doesn't
not,
work out that way, there is hell to pay for both the kids and the father. Because again, how dare you be seen more favorable? How dare you be seen as the superior parent? How dare you? I've looked at my kid's mom and said, check it out. When it comes to baby daddies, you could have gotten way worse than me. But you're upset because we're not friendly. You're upset because the boys would have rather be over here. You're upset because what?
oh yeah, 100%.
So
That's
and of course
the
these
funny
are all
part.
these are all old issues now. These have long since been spoken about and solidified.
Rectified.
We are way better now. That's by my choice, by the way. But yeah, these are things that I had to deal with. So trust me, it's to be cliche, Manny, it gets better. So on that note, we're gonna have to make this a 3-part special because it is freaking 11:13. God knows how long. And I'm getting hoarse now. So the anniversary special will be a 3-part special, not a 2-part special, as we still have 6 more episodes to go. So and
I
this
figured it would turn into a 3-part anyway.
You're gonna end this on my emotional state.
I have to. This is the best. This is the best. Because there's nowhere to go from here. This is as deep and raw.
Yeah. You can't.
And
you can't beat this.
What just happened is exactly why this podcast exists. It's exactly why this podcast exists.
Yes.
So and that's the thing. And I invite any man to take a look at himself and feel your feelings, and then come on the podcast and reveal them to us because it's cathartic. It's helpful. So thank you for tuning in to the first year anniversary special, part 2, a look back on all of our 26-ish episodes. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Joe?
Well, this was a long one, but it was well worth it. I have to admit.
Yes, especially for the end.
It was 100% well worth it. I do appreciate. Yeah, I was gonna do that high five.
No, I was fixing the autofocus on my camera, but yeah, sure.
Okay, I was gonna do a high five here.
No, literally, that's what it was. Oh God, really? God, that does look bad.
No.
Oh wow. Manny, I want to thank you for again coming up with this idea, because again, I had no idea what we were gonna do for our 1-year special, and Manny's like, well, I kind of commented on your last 20 plus episodes, but is it irrelevant? I was like, no, special, come on the podcast. And it was a great idea. So Manny, Thank you for expressing yourself. You know,
Yeah, Manny. No,
was deep.
that was
That was deep.
fantastic. That was deep and
That was
fantastic.
deep. It's okay. We're gonna.
I think
probably hang out tomorrow, so we're
I think
figuring
me
out.
and Jay
We'll hook it out.
Jay probably needed that too.
Yeah, it was cathartic.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
I was really
Help
trying to
me.
hold that in, but it didn't work out to me.
No, but that was good. That was
Why,
good.
why hold it in?
Exactly.
Why
No,
hold it in? Don't do that. Hold that shit in. There's
Listen,
no reason
listen,
to hold that shit in.
You are our
So,
you are
and you
our
better
newest
and you better
co-host.
do the same thing in November.
You are our newest co-host, and you're the first of us to shed a tear on this podcast. So that's huge. So I want to make it very clear, like you're definitely more in touch than we are. Twice or 4 times more in touch as Joe is, who I think is frozen. Yeah. Okay.
No, he's good. He's good. He's
Good
moving.
now.
But remember, I'm still fresh. I'm still going through the motions.
That's
so.
yeah. That's what she said. So
That's
with
what
that
she
being
always says.
said, I'm Jason.
I'm Manny.
I'm Joe.
Jesus. And we are the last of the nice guys. Thank you for your time. Oh, come on. Don't do like that.
The last of the nice guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.
This is an audio production of Vibe Revelation Studios, the cure for your common day. VibeRevStudios.com.